I'm on chapter 3 of Joseph Pilates' book entitled Your Health, a Corrective System of Exercising that revolutionizes the entire field of physical education. First published by Joseph Pilates in 1934. If you're reading along, you've probably noticed that Joseph Pilates is sometimes politically incorrect and has a humorous writing style. I'm going to overlook that, and I'm going to focus on Joseph Pilates' main idea in this chapter, which is the balance of the mind and the body. In Joseph Pilates' day, there was this idea that the body rules the mind or that the mind rules the body. And both of these ideas, in his opinion, are wrong. He feels that society is not just treading downward, but that it is racing downward on a path that, quote, will lead to the ultimate destruction of the human race. He feels one of the simplest laws of nature, the balance of the body and the mind, the perfect balance. And here's how he defines the perfect balance: control and awareness of the movement of the body. And he calls this contrology. Contrology is what we know as Pilates today. He says if you don't learn contrology, that it's probably going to lead to ailments and early death. He comments on how artificial exercises might shorten lives, and he feels it's only safe to do movements in a balanced way between the mind and the body. To recognize how the mind works and the limits of the body, and to bring them into coordination. At the end of the chapter, he demonstrates exercises in the correct and the incorrect way to do the movement. This concept of the balance of the mind and body, he's going to repeat again throughout this book. And movement is different when it's done in proper Pilates technique. As a Pilates teacher, let me share a few examples. So there's this elongation and opposition that happens in Pilates movements that results in using muscles to support the body instead of hanging out on the ligaments and the joints. And this creates space in the joints, which allows nutrients and blood flow to get into spaces that normally aren't getting a lot of nutrients and blood flow when we're at rest. Sometimes people note growing taller with Pilates. And this isn't because the bones grew. This is because instead of being in a hunched and slunched posture, they found the elongation, that Pilates posture that opens up that space and grows the body long. Pilates is not the time for mindless movement. It's not the time to be listening to a podcast or watching TV. But it's a time to bring awareness inward to the body and to build that connection between the mind and the body. Done properly with a trained Pilates teacher, Pilates is pretty safe. The literature even documents a pretty good safety record. But done improperly is not going to yield the same benefits or have that balance of the mind and the body. So if you would like to learn the proper way to do Pilates exercises, I offer online one-on-one training in most of the United States. Email me for more information. I hope that you find a balance of your mind and body. May you move well.